Okay, remember when we were at the Halloween store? I said I would show you some cheap ways of decorating without spending lots of money. Well, this bag here was $2.95. There was 30 spiders in there. And I bought this Loctite Fun Tack. It's just this really soft, like putty. And you can tear little pieces off of it. And it sticks to the wall, but yet it comes off very easily. And I'll show you some fun tricks with your spiders and tack. Oh my, what's coming out of my door? Oh no, I think I have spiders coming. Look at that. They're coming down the wall. Ooh. Oh my gosh, it's like they're everywhere in my house. Look at this, they're crawling up. They're getting into my candle. Oh, that's just gross. They're everywhere, they're under. So you can stick these or put these anywhere and make it kind of unexpected. Somebody just walking in, they're not paying attention, and maybe they sit down and then they look down under the couch or beside them and there will be a row of spiders. Or maybe they walk in the room and they get a view of your spiders coming out of your room. Be creative, put them in. Hi, Tink again. And just like I showed you with our spiders on the wall, I have another, a little more involved, but very cheap way of making a decoration for Halloween. Let me show you what you need. Okay, so today we're going to be doing yarn pumpkins. And it's a little involved, it can be a little messy, but follow through and it'll be as little mess as possible. You need orange yarn. You're going to need Elmer's school glue. You're going to need one wet paper towel to wipe your fingers on. Wax paper. You will need 2 pipe cleaners, one green, one brown. You will need a fork or a spork, that's a spoon and a fork. You will need one balloon that is blown up. See, it's not real big. I can hold it. It's like a big orange. Okay? About that size. You'll need scissors to cut your yarn and your pipe cleaner. And I took 1 cup and I cut it down, as you can see, so that I would have somewhere to hold my glue. Okay? So let me show you how this is done. Okay, so we're going to start with our yarn, of course, because that's kind of important. I've blown up my balloon, as you've seen, and like I said, it's like a large orange. The easiest way I found to do this was, for my size, I go from my fingertips down to where my elbow is. That makes it easy for me to move it and use it so that it's not getting all twisted up. So I cut right where my elbow was, and I cut more. I've cut 20 of these, and here I have my 20. Okay, so I have all of my string. I'm going to open my glue now, and I'm going to put a lot in here, guys. Might even be better if we just take the top off of it, because you're going to need quite a bit. About half that bottle. Okay? Put the lid back on because it'll dry out. Okay? Make sure the top's nice and closed. Have your wet paper towel so if you touch the glue, you can wipe your fingers. My plastic is going to protect the table and keep my balloon and my sticky string from sticking to the table and making it messy. Okay? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take, you can take one at a time or you can do a couple of these at a time. I find doing one at a time, I don't get my strings all stuck together. So I stuck my string in there and I'm making sure that my string gets good and covered by that glue. Okay? Now I'm going to take this glue with my spork that I've got. I'm just going to use 2 fingers. I don't want my whole hands to get sticky because then it's hard to hold the balloons and it's hard to get things from sticking to you. So I find the end of my string. Okay? Still just using my 2 fingers. Now I'm going to take that string and put it in the fork or the spork, and I'm going to do this, and it's going to strip away some of that glue so it's not real drippy with glue. Okay? I do it real slow so it doesn't sling back and hit me. That's no fun. I take my balloon now and I'm going to stick this string to my balloon and I'm going to put it in all different directions. And you're going to keep doing that with your string until you get your balloon completely covered. Okay? So let's get our string in there again. Get it all nice and covered in glue. Try to find my end again. I see my end. It's going to take you some time, so be patient. Okay? You would make sure that your ends are tied down, stuck to that balloon. Okay? See, I'm just wrapping it around any way that I can. And we're going to fill our balloon up with this string. You can make it as full as you want, or you can make it as thin and string as you want. But the thinner you make that, the easier your pumpkin is going to collapse when you touch it. So the stronger it is in string, the better off you're going to be. Okay? 2 fingers. Try to find my end again. Here it is. And you may want some help with it because it is a little sticky, but you do have your paper towel. See, I just kind of let it fall on my balloon. Kind of hold it by my tab at the top of my balloon. See? I might want to pull that one tighter. You don't want any hanging off of it because it won't stick well if it's just hanging. Okay? So make sure it's good and plastered to your balloon. All right. I'm going to keep going. I have this will be my 18th string. I kind of like just having the 18. I think it looks full. So I'll see if there's any other place that I think I want to wrap it around just to give it a little more character. There we go. Now I'm just going to make sure that my strings are down, my tips, my ends are all pressed down a little bit. Make sure that they're not sticking out because they'll dry like that, and I don't want them sticking out. I can always cut them off. What do you think? I think my pumpkin looks really good. So, you can either hang your pumpkin by tying another string around the top part of the balloon, and then you can hang it somewhere in the house, where it's not going to touch anything and stick to it, or I want mine to be kind of a sit-down pumpkin. So I'm going to set it on my paper, and I'm just going to let it dry just the way it is. I'm going to wash off my fingers. I can now get rid of my cup and my spoon because I'm not going to do another one. Okay, so I have some string left over. I can take one of these to tie it up if I want. Now the next thing I'm going to do, just while my pumpkin is nice and wet and it's going to dry on its own, there we go. These guys were going to, I had to find like a pencil or a pen. You're going to take it and you're going to wrap it around to make your stem, the top part of your pumpkin. And you can make it as long or as short as you want it to be. It's kind of like that piece that sticks out the top of your pumpkin. Oh, look at that. It's a little curved, but I like it. It makes it look original. So there's that. Now I'm going to take the green pieces and I'm going to cut this about as long as my first finger. Okay? You might want some help from Mom and Dad to do this because these can be a little hard to cut through. Okay. So I have 2 of these. And these are going to kind of represent the vine that it grows on. I don't want it to be tight like that one. So I'm just going to wrap it a little bit this way. And I want it to be kind of like a corkscrew in a way. Don't know if you can see that or not. A corkscrew. I want 2 of those. Then when my pumpkin's all dry, I'm going to stick my corkscrew. See, it's going to come out. I'm going to put it on top, and it's going to become my top of my pumpkin, and these will just hang off the side. So I'll show you that after our pumpkin has sat and dried. We'll put that pumpkin together, we'll get the balloon out of there, and it will become a beautiful display to set on your counter, or you can hang it in a window. So I let my balloon sit for probably 5 hours because you want to make sure that it's pretty solid. You don't want to push really hard because it'll break that glue. So what I'm going to do now, I think that it's stiff and dry. I'm going to just pop the balloon. It's going to shrink down like that, and I'm going to pull it through. So what I have left is just a ball that we put on the pin and got nice and curly. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide it between the grooves so that it sits on there just like that. I'm kind of doing the same thing with my vine. I'm just going to slide it in there and let my vine hang out of it, and it will look really cute just that way, I think. Let's see, where do I want to put this vine? I think I'm going to put it in here. And now I have my pumpkin.